Hello and good day to you. Today's video, we're going to make the physical version of our digital punch in, punch out game. The digital version is available to play for free on the web. You don't need to download it into your computer. You can play it on the web. It's on itch.io. I'll put a link in the description so that you can play it and also play the physical game. So for this physical part, all we need to do is just to punch, this is of scene 1 in the physical game, or this is from scene 1 of the physical game. You need, sorry, this is from scene 1 of the digital game, digital game. So we have it as a physical game too. All you need to do is to punch out some letters out of the scenery and then try and fix them, match them, not only with letters, but make sure the pattern also matches, because sometimes you may need to rotate. Let's take it like something like O, the letter O. O can fit both sides properly, but if you notice the red element, the red pattern is up there, but from this part we have the red part, so we know that O doesn't fit properly there. We need to, even if the letter fits into the puzzle, the pattern makes it not to be the right way it should be, it's supposed to be. Okay, so for this we're going to use dies, and you can also use your digital cutter just to follow the same. I'll try and do a video on how to use a digital cutter, the easiest way to use a digital cutter to design these. And perhaps later on I can do a video on how to do it, on how to prepare your game element for the digital game, how to fill the letters with the pattern so that they match properly. I can do that for later on. So for today, I'm just going to pick the letters out of the scenery, and you see how you do. So today we'll be using dies to cut it out, but if you have a digital cutter, why not if not? And if I have time, as I said earlier, I'm going to demonstrate how to use digital cutter so that you can do that. But it's still the same, almost the same process, only you are using using craft dies. So to make our punch in, punch out physical game, scene 1 of our punch in, punch out physical game, because that's scene 1. We have different games in the scene, but we only reviewed 2 in the sample just for testing. All right, we have we need I'm using dies today, as I said earlier, but I'm using the tattered alphabet dies. So any alphabet dies you have, you can use them. I'm using the dies by this tattered lace shutter card. So I got the dice from there, the alphabet dice from there. It's not a, just make sure the alphabet dice you have. Okay, if you desire, you will need some hook and loop, some Velcro, matching Velcro, the hook side and the sticky side. You will need your glue. I'm using Oho glue. Yes, we'll need scissors to trim our hook and loop. We'll need pin, but if you have any pocket tool, any tool that has a pointy part, you can. That's because some of the dies you have to poke them to make sure the paper comes out. Okay, then pin that you can use to hold down some of the papers, that's fine. That's because some letters like O, Q, let me say like something like O, Q, the middle of them, let me show you the dice so that you understand, and I'll demonstrate it too. Some letters like O and Q, they have the centers being cut out, and you have to match it and hold it down while you try and make sure it match when you're sticking back only the middle. So I'll demonstrate that as we go on. We'll need scenery. You can use any scenery you have. I've used the calendar, so you can do that if you want to. You will need cardstock. I'm using 300 grams cardstock so that I printed this on mate copier paper. Mate printed paper. It's a very good quality. It's a quality paper, so you can use any one you have. It just for testing, you can use a copier paper just to see how it turns out, and then you can practice. All right. So I printed it. Then all you need to do is you can print on lightweight paper, then maybe a glossy paper, then put it on a hard paper so that your printer, because not all printers can take heavyweight. So I have this as 300 grams, and I have this as 180 or so. I can't remember the grams again, but I have this as 180. So when I put them together, it becomes heavyweight, and the same goes for the letters being punched out. So that's our cardstock. And lastly, we'll need our die cutting machine. I'm using this die cutting machine has been discontinued. It's by Tata Glaze. It's called Crossover. It has been discontinued. You can use any die cutting machine you have. And the plates. So for the plates, I'm using, this is from one of my die cutting machine, the what do you call it, Grand Caliber. So I just got the plate. The good thing about the Tata Glaze die cutting machine is that it has a kind of when I open it, I'll show you. It has a kind of mechanism where the levers are adjustable, so you are able to, let me, I'll need to turn it. Okay. You see, it has this, the levers are adjustable, so I can use the different weight of, different height, not width. The same weight, but different height of plates. So I can add as much plate as can fit through, and I can reduce it, and I can add more. Can even add another layer to it, and I just use this lever to adjust it to how the supposed to fit until it can fit. So what I'm going to do is use one part of this plate. Let me look for the neat part. I've been using this plate for years now. So okay. So what we're going to do is to put the card, and we don't need to stick it together because of our dies. I don't want glues on my dies. So you put them together, make sure they match properly. Make sure they are the same size. Then get the plate. Let me move this away first. So I'm going to arrange it on my plate and make sure they don't move. I'm not going to stick anything down, but I'm just going to be careful when, my dies. Okay. So to make sure I don't miss any letter, I'm going to start from the letter A. Because I've scattered the dies now. So I'm going to start placing them roughly anywhere. Sharp side or cutting side facing down. Sorry, I just have to arrange it properly again so that they don't move. You don't want your dies to, if they move, I'll show you one I made a mistake on when they move. It's going to cut twice and it's not going to make your work neat. So I'm going to say A, B, C, D, and I'm talking as I'm trying to find the spots for them. No, it's too close. I'm going to do, just going to try and scatter them. If you want them the same way, the digital one is very cool for that, because when you cut it with the digital, you know, the same file you repeat, but this is manual. I didn't put any marking on. Oh, I'm not supposed to go to 3 yet. I didn't put any marking on it. I have to just make sure. So if you want them to match, to be the same all through, use a digital cutter for that. Yes, my G. JK. Okay. G. And you can rotate them the way you want. You can rotate them. You can whatever style you can make them flip. GHI. Where's I? Okay. J. No, I like it when it have a little design of it. It makes it interesting to just to find where it's fitting. J. Oh, I don't know if I go closer so that you see it. Okay, I think that's perfect. It's close enough now. Sorry if it was far. Okay, J K L. Let me put this one here. Okay. J K. O J K L. Okay. M and O P. Let me put this one up there. O. Oh, let me rotate this one so that it's like N and it can confuse someone. I like a twist to that. Okay. Alright. So some places are dense and some I'm not going to start arranging now. I'm just going to leave them the way it is. Some places look so dense, while some look so spacious. So we're just going to leave them like that. Because if I have to arrange, I'm going to take too much time and I don't want to do that now. So I'm just going to layer the cutting mat over it. You can see, or just make sure they don't move and place the cutting mat and make sure I don't move my cutting mat like twisting it so that's how it's going to be. I'm going to zoom out and get my die cutting machine so that you see it. Pick it from the bottom. Remember not to twist up, not to shuffle the mat because it's going to move your letters. So here we go. Going to do it 4 times. Why I'm doing it 4 times, just to make sure it cuts properly. Okay, I think it looks too tight, right? No, it's all right. So this glass mat came with the die cutting machine. This one came with this machine. These other 3 from they came from another machine called the Grand Caliber. Mine has packed up, so I have to use them. It's good I can use this for this. If not, I'll just dump this somewhere in the house. Okay, make sure I wind it out, and I'm going to wind it back. Keep on winding. Okay. So one thing I normally do is that to make sure I don't shuffle the, I don't just shift it, I don't even know the right word now, so, but I don't move the plate, that slide the plate. No, I try and pick the plate, so that in case it didn't properly cut, I can place the plate directly on top again, and we can cut. Oh, it did cut. But if you want to do that, you just flip. You know that the die you're cutting into the other side of it, so you just flip, and this side becomes on top, and you find that you will discover if it did cut or not. So I'm going to zoom in so that you see that all it did cut into from the paper part into the card. You can see that it cut from the paper to the card. So we take those ones off, and now the work starts. Oh, the work has started before, sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, some left quickly, and that's cool. Please, okay, most important, before you start taking your letters out, make sure you take good, like something like the D, as I said earlier. Where's my brush? You see the center, you have to keep them. When you cut your letters, anything in the middle, you have to keep those letters in the middle. Like from the B, you will see. Notice that the B has two punch out there. You have to keep those ones. The P has not the C. The C zone is going to be intact there. The O has, the Q has. So you will see some letters like the A. This little triangle here, you have to keep that. If not, your pattern, when you layer it, it's not going to fit properly. When you layer it on the, it's there. Okay. If you notice, I kept it there, because when you put it, if this thing is not here, the pattern is going to be, this place is going to be white. It's just going to be, you will see the blank there, to be as if it's not properly filled. So we're going to make sure all letters are intact. I'm just going to punch them out quickly. Use the back of my brush to do that. If you have embossing ball tool, that's cool. You can use that to just punch them out, but be careful so that you don't tear your work. So I'm going to punch this quickly. So here we have let's punched out from the scenery. As usual, the goal of the game is to make sure they fit back. So we're going to take another cardstock. I have to zoom out so that you can see my work surface and how I'm working. You take another cardstock and we're going to place it. And here you go, so that it appears nice, and we have this white element showing, and we'll have a foundation for our card to stay strong on. Sorry, I'll punch out letters to stay strong on. So next we need to do, I'll put the card first, and we need let me push out soon. Sorry, we need another base card that's not going to be punched out, the same size, or it can be larger. That's fine if it's larger, because you have space to put all your letters when you are playing the game. So with the glue, I'm going to push those aside. So with the glue, it's nice to do it on this side, then you won't be able, then you won't cover the letters. So put your glue on the side that has been on the punched out area, cardstock. Sorry, the punched in cardstock. You're going to put your letters. That place, you know where the glue is supposed to go, and it will smear in your work. That we are still going to glue the paper part to this cardstock. We just want to glue this first one first so that we have a same part to work on before we start doing all the normal gluing. Okay, let me put, I think I still need small on this edge, and I need small on this edge. Nice thing about liquid glue is that because before you stick totally, you can move it around. So I'll bring my white base cardstock. I'm going to just take this, make sure I'm very careful, and I'll just place it directly on top. Because they're the same size of card, or if you use a larger card, that's fine. You can just make sure it sticks properly. Then we remove this lightweight card because we have to glue them together. If not, the lightweight part will come out because it's not glued to the to its coordinating card is going to come out. The same thing you have to do, put it on the punch part so that you know where the glue needs to go and you don't have glue all over your work. Sorry about the hitting. If I start gliding in, there's a kind of noise it makes, and it has one effect on me, so I prefer hitting it too, so I don't make that noise and start having some irritating effect on me. Okay, so okay, that's it. All right, okay, there are some parts you need to glue. You can still do that later, and those are these protruding part here. You can just put little glue, but be careful. But you can do that after you finish gluing. You just take a brush tip or a light cutting board, apply glue on it, and just make sure so I'm just going to put that so that they don't lift when you. So I'm going to make sure this little part. So I'm going to put it here. Okay, so here we have. Let me remove this one. I think it's centralize it. Okay, I think we can make do with that. Now be so careful to make sure it lines properly, so that the other puzzle pieces the punch out pieces can fit properly. And here we go. So we have our base part. I'll quickly do the other letters first. The letters that have put this one here. I'll quickly do those ones first, so that then the others, they are quite easy. I'll just keep on so that I can do a speed work on them. So just punch it out, and we have it. So with a pin, I'm going to punch this out. You're still going to put glue into my nails. I'm trying to separate the paper from the card. Okay, because I have to glue them, just like what we did for the base, and I have to do the same for this. So it's really a long process and long distance. So we have to do some. Once I do about 2 of these, I'm going to do everything, but I will put the speed. I will have to increase the speed of the video. I don't like omitting anything because I, for one, don't like when some things are being omitted, especially when you're demonstrating. So instead, I'll make it fast. The recording video will increase the speed when we edit. Okay, so we have the cue and we have the center of the cue here. Oh, okay. So we have our cue and we have the center of the cue. So what I'm going to do is to go on the board. I'm going to find Q, the letter Q, and I'm going to place it in. You see what I was talking about? I was explaining earlier that why you should keep the middle. Then the middle becomes white, which don't make the scenery exact as it's supposed to be. So by putting this middle back in, your scenery becomes complete. The scenery becomes complete. So what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'll put glue at the back of this. And then I'll place it exactly where it should be. Make sure to move it around to make sure it is I've gotten glue everywhere. Make sure it's so make sure to fit it properly, and then we move so that in case the glue is moving all around, we don't want it to glue our alphabet to it, so we have to know. Let me see. We have to pull our alphabet out while we place. That's why I needed the brush or anything that can hold the work down. So we have our cue in place. Bit fuzzy, but it's fine. So the same with any letter, I'll go for D is like Q, so I'll go for something smaller like the A. Yes, let me do something like the A. Where's the A? Okay, we have to, let me glue this V first. It's already causing problem for me here. Okay, so here we have our A, and I'll find the letter, put this one aside. There's the letter A. Okay, sorry, it's here. What I'm going to do is to punch it out. Punch a small triangle, and this triangle is so important. Sorry about the glue on my fingers. That's how liquid glues when you watch. But they will, when you finish, you just rub your hands and they leave, or you can wash your hands. So I'm going to try and separate them first. Okay, two tiny things, teeny weeny. Okay, I'm trying to make sure it's not blurry on the camera. Okay, oh no, glue is coming out. So I'm going to. You can use tweezers if you want to. Well, I'm not too good with tweezers. There's some people that are very good with that. All right, okay. So that's our letter A, and this is the alphabet. I've not glued the alphabet yet together, so I'll just first of all place it So this is W, and we've glued it. So I'll do the others. Where we'll do the speed. Okay. Let me do one more. Letter B. If you take a look at letter B, you will see that we have two teeny weeny dots in the middle. These dots they are important too, as well as the letter A and the Q. Q is larger, A is tiny, and B has two. You have to keep the two too. Okay, so I'll punch them out. And I'll first of all do the big letter. No, I don't need to do the big. The small one is what we need first before the big one. So I'm going to glue them. They're teeny weeny too. Okay, so I've, you can see them here. So what I want to do, I'm trying to get enough glue from my fingers. Oh, okay, the smaller one is on. Are they the same size? That's what I don't know. I think there's a small one, there's a big one. So I think I'll just try and see which is which now. Okay. I need to be fast so that it don't stick my. Oh, yes, the upper one is pulling out, so I will just try and push it down. You have to go down, please. Why are you being so troublesome today? Okay. Okay, not enough glue. No wonder. Just making sure that it's placed rightly so that the alphabet can fit when when the player is playing it. Okay, that's fine. So here we go. This upper one. You are being troublesome. Okay. So I can also use brushes to apply if you want to. Something. Well, I don't know if it will condemn my brush. This is the first time I'm trying that. To apply glue brush. The C is wrong. I have to rotate my C. That's one good thing about liquid glue. If you make a mistake, you can, before it sticks down, you can just move things around. So let me move. All right, so we have that one there. So I've just placed the D, the letter D there. I'm going to place the center of the letter, but I need to, I've just placed the letter D there. I'm going to place the center of the letter. So what I need to do is to, with the center piece, I'm just going to apply glue as usual. And then make sure it fits into the puzzle. You can see how, I'm going to go closer, and you can see it's there, over there. So I'm going to pick the letter D out while I try to hold the center in place. I like using the edge of the brush for that because it helps. And here we have it, and we have the centerpiece. So I'm just going to then I'll look for those special letters. I call them special letters, like P, B, R, I think okay, the O, we've not done the O, so I'm going to try and find everyone. So I've scattered the pairs, so I'm going to, we've done A. So I'll put the ones I've done to one side, so I don't mix them. We've done Q. Okay, these are the ones. So which one am I doing now? O. Let me do the O, the letter O. Always make sure that the pattern is rightly placed and rightly placed too. It's easier to use the brush to apply, so you need to have a brush for that. I don't know if we can wash it off. I've not tried it. This is the first time I'm using brush to apply also. Yeah, apply glue also. Can't remember if this is the first, but I think this is the first. So I'm just going to place it and let it be in place. Next, I'll find out those special letters. That's what we do first, then before we progress to the next part. So P is our next letter. Special letter is P. I've put all the special letters to one side here. So we have B, D, and R to work on. I think I missed. Okay, I think we've done B before. Yes, we've done B before. Because I was looking at the center, I was like, okay, this goes with it, this goes with this. No. Oh, this for P. We've done D. Yeah, we've done D. Okay, we just have R and P to go. That's cool. So I'll do the P now, and we'll do the R next. To place it and make sure it's not, and I'm going to make sure it's not upside down, because this particular centerpiece has two patterns, and I want to make sure the patterns are properly lined. So you have to take note when even lining the centerpieces. So yes. So here's the one for the arrow. I'm just trying to line this first one up. Okay, so I fixed the arrow and we fixed. I'm just going to go back a little so that we see how it works. We fixed it. The next step is to, we have a hook and loop, and we have we have the hook and the Velcro. So if you want to, you can use it. It's good using the Velcro. Why? It's because it's good for to be able to reposition there. You can see, I don't know if you, okay, yeah, I've gotten it. What, this is a hook, and this is the soft part. I don't know what they call each part, really. I really don't know. I should have browsed consigning it before before I talk about it. But here we have the hook and loops in as dots, as sticky dots. So what I'm going to do is snip. You don't need to snip exactly half, just the side. Let's go for C first. So I'm going to snip in half, not really half, see half, I don't know. So I'll put one part down. I think I put the wrong one, so I'm just going to put that one down. I like putting the soft, the fluffy part down. So I'll snip it. I'll put the fluffy part down. Let me go closer so that you can see my work. So we are working on letter C now, using the loops, the Velcro. So the Velcro hook and loops, not hook and loops for skirts, the Velcro one. So what I normally do is that I've put the soft part already, and I'll not put let me put the other parts down first. You can, let me put some tiny ones there so that we don't have jumping alphabets. Make sure they fit into the groove or the space or the well. All right, so I'm going to snip this, and I have I'm going to show you. I'm going to place them on my fingers, or my palm, sorry, and I have them over here. So this is the loopy part, the stiff part. So I'm going to place it exactly the same position as the others. Why I'm doing this, it is because I'm just going to place it on top the others while the sticky part is up now. Then where's my letter C? Let me look for it quickly. Okay, so I have my letter. I'll make sure it matches properly. The pattern matches. This is where the grain is. Okay, it's not like so, it's like so. So when I place it on top, I'll press down hard, and yes. Oh, wait, okay. Just making sure it's not moving. So I press down hard, and when you take a look at it, you see that apart from it forming the pattern, it's going to stick, and it will be the exact place that the bottom loops are. So when I take it off, oh, it didn't stick properly. Yeah, so stick itself. Okay. I'm not going to have this. It normally works without the camera. Sometimes when my code don't work, that's when when I'm programming, I say it works on my computer. So why is it not working on this computer? All right, so here. And then we can take the hook and loop, the hook part off. And when we take it, sorry, it didn't stick properly. Oh, why are you doing this to me today? I need to do it again. and here you go on top, and now you come and take your rightful place. The glue has not gotten into you. Now I just apply glue. So let me do another one while that is drying. I'll take a loop and take a hook, Velcro, spotty dots, Velcro dots. It's not every time we need to snip in half, so let me look for one I'm going to snip off. So I'm snipping this one, put them together, and I'll use the L. Let me use the L this time, since it's the camera is focused on it, and this is the loopy part. I'm going to leave that. So I'm going to also do some tiny snips again. Put one into this groove. So I've cut this part in this hook into 3 parts. And I'll put the last one just somewhere here. Then I'll put this coordinating pair on top. Why are they not sticking? So that's letter L. Let me look for my letter L. Good. Here you are. So I'll place it on top. Press it down so that it can. Did it stick? No, this other part didn't stick. So I'm going to put it back. I removed the one at the bottom. Whoa! I don't know why they're not sticking today. The one I did for the game jam, it didn't even take me how many minutes to do. But you know how many minutes I've finished. Okay, please stick, please. I'm begging. Okay, now this one. And you are ready to deal with me today, right? Okay. Right, so I'm ready. Oh, it's because I'm not leaving it to dry. And some glue. So you can remove the later on. You can remove the letters later on, because I'm adding glue to the Velcro. I don't know what's happening. It's becoming warm. It was sticky. See that? Yeah. I don't know. So they see them sticking to my hand, but when I put them, they don't want to stick. Okay, now that one is sticking, but I didn't place the alphabet properly. If you don't want to use Velcro, you can just leave the game like that. It's alright, it's still alright. Especially if you are doing it like party pack, they still fit. So I'll just do one more Velcro and we'll progress with our game. So I'm doing one here. Just put the other one here, this curved part of the arrow, and put your coordinating loop up here. So here we go. We already have so if you don't want to put Velcro, these ones don't have Velcro, you can leave those, especially if you are doing it for a party pack. You can just leave it like so and they will still fit properly. If you want to use Velcro glue, you can do that. So you will see the difference. The ones with Velcro, they can be just picked easily and repositioned, but the ones without Velcro, you need to place something or a pin to pull out the alphabet. Although X can fit, but if you notice X, let me show you. Although you can see that X can fit, but the pattern is wrong. So we have to turn it and make sure it's right. So if you're playing it as a game, take note of that, especially because of the font. This happens too with N, letter N. Can fit anywhere, so you need to turn to make sure your pattern is in the right place. Also with letter I, Z, and other letters. H is one of them too. And finally, J. You can time yourself to play this game. You can do it between groups, you can do it alone. As I said earlier, we have the digital game. You can play it online, the sample part of the digital game, and you can play that one online on the web. You don't need to download it into your computer. you can play that one, and we'll update it later and we'll add more to the game so that you can play and have fun with it. You can have it as party pack, you can play it as gaming party, and you can make it with a digital cutter, you can make it as a digital game, you can also make it as a physical game. So thank you for joining me for this video to create the punch in punch out, the physical version of the punch in punch out digital game. Until next time, happy gaming, yeah, happy crafting, happy gaming, and have a nice day. Bye for now. Thank you.